All right, welcome back, good people. On this video, I'm going to talk about a brief history of the computer. Right, because you know the computer hadn't been around that long, and if you think about it, from how much it's changed the world versus how long it's been here, it's like, wow, probably 20, 30 years ago, the way things worked and the way things operated was very, very different because of technology. But since the internet has come on board, so to speak, wow, things have really expedited. It seems like life is sped up in a lot of cases, right? Things are always like, and I think it's because we're being conditioned like that through, like if I go online and it takes a while for the computer to load, or if I take a video and it takes a while for let's say it's buffering or something like that, our patience is like, wow, come on, we need it now, And over time, right, it's like if it doesn't work like that, it seems like it's obsolete, it's got to go, because, it's conditioning us to kind of speed everything up. And is that good or bad? That's a good question, right? I don't know. It depends on, your perspective, right? Because a lot of people don't really want to learn the computer. They don't want to know too much about it because one, fear, and another, I believe, is because it seems too much. It seems like you're never going to learn all of it, and you're not. But the beauty of it is you don't have to. You don't even have to learn an eighth of it. You just learn what you need to know for what you need to do. Right? It's like, almost everything is online now. So if you have a bank account, normally you can access your bank account online without leaving home, right? It's the same thing with reaching people. Like, I'm reaching you wherever you are. I don't know where you are, but I'm in Texas. So if you're not in Texas, or if you're not my neighbor, then this is working well for me, right? Because I'm able to reach you, I'm able to share information with you, and you're able to understand who I am and what I do, right? And how what I do can help you if you're interested in starting a business, right? And this is where I want to introduce you to starting a business online. I want you to be able to access everything you need online, so that when you share your tools and your techniques about what it is that you do, people can be accessed online as well, right? All right, so with that being said, I'm going to read a few things about the computer, and maybe you've heard them, maybe not. Hopefully not. Hopefully you're getting this information firsthand for the first time. And if you are, it'll probably be rewarding for you. If not, share it with someone else, because it'll be coming from you. Okay, it says, a computer is a device that can be instructed to carry out sequences of arithmetic or logical operations automatically via computer programming. Modern computers have the ability to follow generalized sets of operations called programs. These programs enable computers to perform an extremely wide range of tasks. Now, to hear that sounds inviting, right? Like you can do a lot of stuff, right? But you can do so much that it can be overwhelming. So you really don't want to get caught on that part of it. Continuing on. Computers are used to control systems for a wide variety of industrial and consumer devices. This includes simple special purpose devices like microwave ovens and remote controls, factory devices such as industrial robots and computer aided design, and also general purpose devices like personal computers and mobile devices such as smartphones. Early computers were only conceived as calculating devices. Since ancient times, simple manual devices like the abacus aided people in doing calculations. Early in the Industrial Revolution, some mechanical devices were built to automate long, tedious tasks such as guiding patterns for looms. More sophisticated electrical machines did specialize analog calculations in the early 20th century. The first digital electronic calculating machines were developed during World War II. The speed, power, and versatility of computers have been increasing dramatically ever since. Now, you remember I was telling you about how it seems like it speeds up what you're doing, speeds up life. The speed of doing things is also a lot quicker. You can remember when you used to, before there were fax machines or before there were emails, you used to have to send a letter, right? It might take 2 or 3 days, sometimes a week. But now the internet has made it where the system that mails letters are becoming almost obsolete, in the sense that if you need it quickly, right? If you need to get an email today, that's possible to do. If you need to receive a letter today, that's not possible to do via the postal service or UPS, or they have overnight, but they don't have 15 seconds delivery, right? And that makes things a lot more functionable, because you can get what you need to get done today versus having to wait 2 or 3 days for that process to come to you, right? Continuing on, the first conventionally, a modern computer consists of at least one processing element, typically a CPU or central processing unit, and some form of memory. The processing element carries out arithmetic and logical operations, and a sequencing and control unit can change the order of operations in response to stored information. Now, peripheral devices include input devices, such as keyboard, mice, joysticks, etc. Output devices are monitor screens, printers, etc. And input-output devices that perform both functions, the 2000 era touchscreen. The computer as we know it today had its beginning with a 19th century English mathematics professor named Charles Babbage. Now, I didn't know that. Did you know that? Charles Babbage created the computer. He designed the analytical engine, and it was this design that the basic framework for the computers are based on today. Generally speaking, computers can be classified into 3 generations. Each generation lasted for a certain period of time, and each gave us a new and improved computer, or an improvement to the existing computer. Now, again, what I want to share with you is this. Let's say I was talking about basketball, okay? But you're not a basketball player, but you love basketball, but you want to know more about basketball. I can do research on basketball players, basketball plays, basketball strategies, basketball techniques, on and on and on, right? And I can share that information with an audience that I would create via videos. Now, you have a cell phone, right? You're able to position your cell phone, get in front of your cell phone, push record, and do the same thing that I'm doing right here. But the beauty of it is, after you get that done to where it's a process for you, where it's a system, you're able to click out videos like you want to, right? Then you're able to market those videos, and you're able to generate a profit from what's called affiliates initially. Now, you want to create products, you want to create profits on products that you create too. So always keep in mind, the big picture is not just to be an affiliate. It's also for you to be the creator that you are, because we're all creators. What I'm creating here didn't exist before today. Did not exist. Did not even exist here. It was there, but it wasn't coming out because there wasn't a need to, right? Now, what I'm sharing with you now is real time. It's real time. So the videos that I'm creating right now is actually now. We're living in the now right now, right? When you're watching this video, it won't be as I'm creating it, because I'm not doing this live. I'm doing it video that I'm recording, that I'm uploading to my different places, right? That's where I like to do it. I like to go live too occasionally, but I really like to do these type of videos because I'm really big on doing things in my pace, and I'm really big on doing things the way I want them done, right? So I create systems to put me in the place that needs to have those systems created, and then I take me out the place and put you in. Now you're not talking about what I want you to talk about, you're talking about what you want to talk about. And you're creating videos, right? Or you're creating audios, you're writing blogs, all those you want to do, but not at once. You want to create one mode that you're going to be releasing information, your primary source of getting information out. Because we're in the information age, right? What sells is information. What markets is information. People want to know certain things. That's why Google is such a success. Ask Google anything. Google can tell you or guide you to something that they can tell you, or put you in the right neighborhood, right? So your mind will start to click and you can figure things out for yourself. That's the world we're in. And I love it. And I love sharing this information with you guys. I've got a little more on this, and I'm going to tell you, and I'm going to transition into the next video. It says the first generation of computers in 1937 through 1946. In 1937, the first electronic digital computer was built by Dr. John V. Atanasoff, Atanasoff, and Clifford Berry. It was called Atanasoff-Berry Computer, ABC. In 1943, an electronic computer named the Colossus was built for the military. Other developments continued until in 1946, the first general-purpose digital computer, the Electronic Numerical Integrator and Computer, was built. Now that's one of the things that I found very interesting about the research that I did on this title here, is that a lot of these things had long names, really long names, and they would just, make it an acronym for them. But a lot of times the acronym didn't spell anything, so it didn't really make sense unless you knew what they were talking about, right? So it goes on to say, it is said that this computer weighed 30 tons. Now think about that. A ton is 2,000 pounds. Wrap your mind around that. This computer weighed 30 of those, 30 tons, and had 18,000 vacuum tubes, which was used for processing. 30 tons. It's comical, isn't it? It is comical to me. Now it says, when this computer was turned on for the first time, lights dimmed in sections of Philadelphia. Computers of this generation could only perform a single task, and they had no operating system. Wow. That was light years ago, right? The second generation computers was from 1947 to 1962. This generation of computers used transistors instead of vacuum tubes, which were more reliable. In 1951, the first computer for commercial use was introduced to the public, the Universal Automatic Computer, or UNIVAC 1. Remember that name? Me either. All right. In 1953, the International Business Machine, IBM. I remember that. IBM 650 and 700 series computers made their mark in the computer world. During this generation of computers, over 100 computer programming languages were developed. Computers had memory and operating systems. Storage media such as tape and disk were in use, also were printers for output. Now, the third generation, from 1963 to the present, the invention of integrated circuit brought us to the third generation of computers. With this invention, computers became smaller, more powerful, more reliable, and they were able to run many different programs at the same time. In 1980, Microsoft Disk Operating Systems, or MS-DOS, was born. In 1981, IBM introduced the personal computer, or the PC, for home and office use. So remember, in 1981, IBM introduced that computer. Now, 3 years later, Apple gave us the Macintosh computer with its icon-driven interface, and in the 90s gave us Windows operating systems. And as a result of the various improvements to the development of the computer, we have seen the computer being used in all areas of life. It is a very useful tool and will continue to experience new development as time passes. In other words, it will get more simplified, but it will be able to do more, right? Just like that 30-ton computer in the beginning, 30 tons, that is massive. In my mind, I'm thinking, wow. But today you can probably you can definitely carry everything that thing could do in the palm of your hand. Incredible. It's incredible. And it's only getting better. It's not going away. So it would behoove you to, put your mind there a little bit and see what you can learn about that, right? Again, my name is Larry James. My company is SpeakerLarry.com. And continue watching these videos.